Welcome to Mike White's Epic Interviews. I'm Mike White, and we have some epic interviews in store for you. Here we are in the beautiful African savanna. What is a savanna, you ask? It is a grassland ecosystem with trees that are scarcely put around. As you can see in this map here, the savanna is also located in Australia, but I wanted to come here. To give us more information on this ecosystem, we're talking with Zeke the zebra. Zeke, how are you?
Well, hello there, Mike. I'm doing fine, thank you.
So Zeke, what's the weather like around here?
Well, the weather down here is pretty great. We usually have a temperature range of about 68 to 86 Fahrenheit every year. We would get about 10 to 30 inches of rain every year, and we usually don't get any rain between the months of December and February.
Barely any rain between December and February? What's the deal with that?
Well, in the savanna, we only have two major seasons, the wet season and the dry season. The dry season occurs between December and February, and the wet season occurs all the other times during the year. The wet season is equivalent to your summer, and the dry season is equivalent to your winter.
Thanks, Zeke. Now we're going to catch up with my old pal, Mr. Tree!
Hey, Mike, how are you? Pity the fool that eats my leaves.
So Zeke told us about a wet season and a dry season. How does the dry season affect you and other plants?
Well, me and the boys have many adaptations to help us with the dry season, where, for example, we got the deep roots to reach down there and waters down there, down deep in the ground, yeah, right there.
So how's the soil treating you over there?
Well, this soil's damn sweet, I tell you. It's lots of porous, it's really porous. Lots of holes in it, lots of good drainage, love it down here, Great layer of humus with just some dead plant matter and stuff like that. Great fertilizer, I tell you.
So you just stand there all day. What types of animals and plants are all around you?
Lots of carnivores like lions, insects like ants, stuff like that. Plants, lots of plants like shrubs, lots of plants like me, Mr. Tree, acacia trees.
What about the herbivores?
Oh, don't even get me started on those damn herbivores. Always eat my leaves, those giraffes and zebras. Why can't they just go eat some C4 grass,
Thank you for your opinions, Mr. Tree. I'm going to catch up with my pal Ryan the Rhino so we can explain some interactions that occur around the savanna.
So I got an example of symbiosis. I got mutualism with the oxpecker. I get a lot of ticks on my back and stuff, and I don't like getting my blood sucked. So the oxpecker comes over and eats the ticks. I mean, it's great for me because I don't get my blood sucked, and it's great for the oxpecker because he gets some food. Great example of mutualism right there.
Thanks, Ryan. Now we're going to go over to our pal Harry the hippo.
Yeah, so I have a symbiotic relationship of my own. It's commensalism. Okay, birds come around and they sit on me and in my mouth. I actually open my mouth and let the birds sit in my mouth, and they eat the food that I can't take out of my teeth and stuff. So it's kind of commensalism because nothing really happens to me, but the birds get food.
Thanks, Harry. Now we'll check in with Eugene the elephant.
Well, for me, I have parasitism. The ticks just come around and sit on my body, suck my blood, those bloody ticks. Right, no pun intended, of course.
Oh my golly, some real-life predation! I don't know where that Inception music came from, but that was incredible. Hey Eugene, could you explain a food web here in the savanna?
So what's happening here is that the sun is giving nutrients to the trees and the grass. The elephants and the zebras are eating the trees and the grass to get energy. The hyena is a secondary consumer, which means that it eats meat like the zebras and the elephants. And what happens after is that these secondary consumers get decomposed and scavenged by the scavengers, like the vulture, who eat dead meat. The decomposers return some of the energy to the grass and the trees and stuff, and then it becomes a whole cycle. Now with energy, we always talk about the 10% rule. So 10% of the energy that goes from the sun to the trees gets put into growth, right? So 10% goes to how the tree grows and how much nutrients is available to the next consumer. So the elephants only get 10% of what the trees get, and the hyena and cheetah only get 10% of what the elephant and zebra get from their eating, and it just keeps going down and down.
Something Eugene told me off camera is that forest fires are actually good for the savanna, as it keeps from trees becoming overpopulated in the area.
Holy. Oh my. Holy.
I think I gotta get out of here. This has been Mike White with his epic interviews on Mike White's Epic Interviews. Good night!